That's the nice thing about comedy is you can be a famous comedian and then people who aren't that into comedy still have no idea who you are. You are broke for a long time in comedy until you reach a certain level, and then you're like, oh wow, there's money to be made here. I still live a very broke mentality, like it's all gonna go away at any point in time. If I had gotten money that I have right now when I was in my early 20s, I would have been a total wreck. I would have wasted all my money, and that's what you see happen to athletes. They just think the money will always be there. It could all go away.
If you like jokes, trucker hats, and long hair, you clicked the right video. Because today I am joined by one of my favorite stand-up comedians and a co-host of the Nateland podcast, Dusty Slay. Dusty's been featured on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Comedy Central, and has multiple Netflix specials. His latest, called Wet Heat. It's incredible. You got to check it out. And today, we're having a good time because we're going to talk about growing up in a trailer park, HOAs, and what personal finance looks like for a professional comedian. It's all coming up in today's installment of Millionaires and Cars Getting Coffee.
Okay,
Dusty, welcome.
Great to see you.
Come on in.
Thank you.
The water's warm.
All right.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for hanging out with me.
Yeah, thanks for
This
having
is a
me.
normal experience. Are you done one of these before?
Well, you know, I did a show on YouTube for a minute where I was going to eat hot chicken with people.
Oh, that's right.
So we would drive in the car a little bit.
Did that show get canceled by you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
self-cancellation.
I like doing the show, but part of it was, I don't really need to be eating like that all the time. I don't have the best digestion. And so when it would come up, I'd be like, man, I don't really want to eat like that today.
I saw you're gluten sober, or at least attempting to be.
Well, I'm not eating bread. I did have a Nutter Butter in the green room. I think that's probably got
Well, that just ruined. Was that worth it?
I was worth it.
You risked it all for the Nutter Butter?
Well, we'll see, but it's mainly like, just trying to stay away from massive amounts of bread. I wouldn't want to buy a box of Nutter Butters and take them back to the house, but...
Just moderation.
Have a couple of Nutter Butter cookies in the green room. It's not a big deal.
No one's going to know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell anyone.
Yeah.
Except you just told America right now.
Yeah, well, I told some people that I wasn't eating bread, and then I was having a fried chicken finger, and somebody goes, well, does that not count as bread? And I go, listen, guys, don't try to get me on technicalities out here.
So much judgment.
I'm not having a sandwich.
America's going through a lot. God forbid a guy have a chicken tender every once in a while. I still am a comic working the road. It's like, what do you want me to do? That's true. Eating on the road's got to be tough. You don't have a lot of options.
And
comedy clubs is bar food mostly.
It's not known for its cuisine.
Yeah.
In fact, if a comedy club's food's too good,
the comedy sucks.
Yeah, people are like paying attention to their food. Like,
you gotta check out these tacos, man.
Just put some cheese sticks down and then you can eat and watch the comedy.
Well, I went to your show last week at Zany's here in Nashville.
Yeah.
And it was fun to see my friend Dr. John Deloney up there opening for you.
Oh, yeah.
Was that like a Make-A-Wish thing you did for him?
Yeah.
That's
well,
nice
he's been at Zany's a lot lately. He just
lingers. I think it's soliciting at this point.
He just started showing up one day, and now he's there all the time, and I don't know. I was pumped to have him, though. It felt good.
Yeah, he did great. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, you said he was, because I asked you, how was he? Because sometimes I can't watch the comics because I'm like, I don't know.
You're chatting, you're in the green room, you're bopping around.
But you said he was your favorite of the night?
Yeah. I hate to admit it, but he was.
That's great.
Other than you.
Yeah.
You trounced him.
Well, yeah. I don't count myself on my show.
On the bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I'm coming out, I'm doing an hour, so.
That's unfair.
Yeah.
You got a lot of time to get cooking.
Yeah. Now, it can be sometimes somebody does, 10 minutes on a show versus a guy who does an hour, and you go, I like that guy who did 10 minutes, and you go, well, that was his best 10 minutes.
Yeah. You got 60. You got 24 good minutes in there.
Yeah.
36 minutes of filler. I love it. Well, this is our first episode in the new Tesla.
Okay.
We had an older one that was 13 years older. Can you go get my bumper? And so you have the privilege.
Wow, I didn't even know Teslas had been around that long.
Yeah, 2012, man.
Wow.
So here's the deal. I was excited because I heard you in your set talking about how you're so uncomfortable with these self-driving cars. And I thought, well, let's have it self-drive.
Oh, yeah.
But then my wife got me suspended. So Tesla punishes you, and they don't let you use it for a week if you get enough warnings and strikes.
Okay.
So now here's what happens when I try to turn it on. That happens.
Wow.
Yep.
I love that our cars have this kind of control over us.
Yeah,
now.
it's really comforting. It makes me feel so much better about it.
That's why I don't want electric cars, because I feel like
they could turn it off at a moment's
the
notice.
Government goes, all right, well, we're going to go ahead.
Down.
Your social credit score's gone down, and we're going to have to turn off your driving privileges.
That was a real episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
That was scary, dude.
That's the only episode I ever saw of Black Mirror.
It's all you need.
It's terrifying.
Wow. Well, let's talk about you growing up in the trailer park. This is a big part of your kind of blue-collar storytelling. What was money like for you as a kid? Like, what are the things that you learned subconsciously or consciously from your parents about money?
I don't really know that I learned a lot about money from my parents.
Were mistakes made, or they didn't have much?
I think both my parents had poor families growing up. Like, my dad used to, he probably still does it, but when I was a kid, he would, tear up a chicken leg. Like, you could watch him eat a chicken leg, and it would be entertaining. Like, he would eat...
He was aggressive.
He just ate it all. And he would say, well, when I was a kid, we would, if you got a chicken leg for dinner, that was it. That was what you had. You weren't eating a dozen wings and leaving a lot of meat on it. This was it.
It was like a scarcity mentality. This might be your last meal for a while.
Yeah, this is it. So if you want to fill up, you eat all the chicken.
Mm.
So, and then I think my mom grew up in a similar way. They just grew up...
Nothing goes to waste.
Yeah, they grew up poor, and so then they kind of come into this age, kind of the boomer parents, this age of canned foods, and suddenly we have all this abundance. And then my parents got divorced when I was very young, so they both had good jobs. But, single parents, my mom had no, I don't know, she didn't value money in a way. She just wanted to have fun. So we lived in this trailer, but we would go to NASCAR races. We would go to Auburn football games.
She still wanted the fun experiences and was willing to spend money on that.
I had, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PlayStation. Now, my mom might work an extra job to get me the PlayStation, but we had it. I mean, and we were spending money.
Yeah.
There was no savings account happening. There was no emergency
funding
funds.
Retirement, but
Yeah, but we were.
We're having a good time.
Having a good time, absolutely. We're having a good time.
So, what's something you learned about money the hard way? Were there any mistakes you made along the way? They're like, dang it, that had some zeros on the end. That one stung.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. My mom got me. She had a car. It was a 1982 Buick LeSabre that she had. This was. 2000.
That was a hot car, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I still had it too. I would have loved to have that car now. But I got a job as a pesticide salesman, so I was going to Lowe's and Home Depot selling pesticides. So I needed a more efficient car. The Buick was not a good gas car.
Not a good pest control sales car.
Right. It fit the part.
You roll up and you're like, this guy's definitely about to sell me some pest control.
Yes. But I needed a car it got better gas mileage. So I had no credit. I had never had a loan. So I couldn't get any car dealership to sell me a car. So I finally went to Enterprise, and they would sell me a car, but my mom had to co-sign with me.
Oh.
So then I got into it, and I had this car now, and I had this debt, and then I hated the job. I wanted to quit the job. But then I was like, I got this car payment now. I'm stuck.
Do you remember the payment or the loan
It
balance?
was probably $250, $300 a month. But, I probably could have, but just in my mind, I'm like, now I'm trapped.
You felt the stress of you had to make this payment, so you have to keep the job.
And I remember telling my friend, I go, if my mom wasn't co-signed with me on this, I would just let it go.
Let it get repoed?
I would let the bank repo it. And then my friend, he goes, and that's why they wanted you to have a cosigner. And I go, yeah, that makes sense.
That's when he fully understood what co-signing meant.
Yeah.
We don't trust this guy.
Yeah. I go,
we need a responsible adult in the mix here.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. So you co-signed, you got the car co-signed. Did you pay it off? What happened with it?
Well, I ended up trading it in. It was starting to fall apart. I wrecked it 3 or 4 times, and I flooded it. I used to drink a lot. And
is that part of the flooding? Did you drive into a river? What is that?
I lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and Charleston would flood a lot. When any amount of heavy rain, downtown would flood. And I was out, late at night, drinking, and I was driving home, which you shouldn't do. This is before Uber and Lyft, so that was our excuse. You would go, well, sure, you'll give me a ride home tonight, but are you going to drive me back to my car in the morning so I can get to work? I mean, come on, guys. There's been enough mistakes made here already to where I have to keep justifying these mistakes.
Yeah.
So I traded in, it was a Dodge Avenger. I traded it in, carried over a negative equity onto my new car.
Heard this story before.
So the moment I drove off the lot, I already owed more money on the car than it was worth.
Immediately underwater.
And I wanted to quit the job. So, and then, on top of that, my insurance was so expensive because I had had a lot of wrecks and tickets.
Yeah.
My insurance got up to $500 a month.
More than your payment.
More than my payment.
Oh.
And I switched companies and got it down to $300 a month, but still more than my payment.
Dang.
So I quit drinking. And then my whole life, I was able to figure out my whole life. I go, I live downtown. I could quit the job if I sold the car.
Yep.
And then if I quit drinking and I quit smoking cigarettes, I barely even need money.
Because you got rid of the vices that were costing you your paychecks.
Yeah, and then I could just wait tables. I could walk to work. And I go, well, that's the answer.
So sobriety is your money hack.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, we need to add that. That's good material.
I mean,
there.
quit drinking. Yeah, quit drinking.
The amount of money you spend on vices.
Drinking's the dumbest thing.
Well, speaking of drinking, we're going to drink some coffee today, if that's okay. And I'm going to take you to one of my favorite coffee shops, Bowtown Roasters.
Oh, yeah.
You ever get coffee from a Bojangles?
I'm sure I have. I know I've eaten a lot of biscuits from Bojangles.
Hello. I'm looking for some Bowtown Roasters coffee.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Bowtown Roasters coffee?
I'm sorry, I've never heard of that.
Do you guys not have coffee? You have coffee.
Yeah, we have regular coffee. I've just never heard that before.
I thought that's what it was called. It was Bowtown Roasters. I thought it had a cool name. Okay.
That would be a lot cooler than...
What kind of coffee drinks do you have? Is that on the menu here or no?
Just regular black coffee. We have regular and decaf.
I'm a simple man. I'll do just a black coffee.
All right.
And then whatever my friend here would like.
I'll have a black coffee as well.
2 black coffees.
Yeah, 2 black coffees. All right.
That's it.
Okay. You're in luck. I just brewed a fresh pot.
Oh, I was going to ask, but I didn't want to seem pretentious.
No, you're good. You're good. Anything else for you?
That'll be it.
All right. I'll have your total out the window.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't ask if you wanted a chicken tender.
Well, I did, but I figure this is your car. I don't need to get fried crumbs all over the car.
I don't judge. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, well, where are we at? What part of the city are we?
We are in Spring Hill, Tennessee.
Because you don't hear friendly people at Bojangles like you just...
Spring Hill Bojangles hits different. They're the nicest people.
Yeah.
Look at them in there.
I mean, some Bojangles I've been to...
This is like Waffle House with a drive-thru.
They'd be like, what the are you talking about?
They're still talking about Bowtown Roasters in there. I think the team trolled me. They said, we're going to Bowtown Roasters. So in my head, I keep talking about Bowtown Roasters.
They should go ahead and pick that up.
Yeah. I think if you Google Bowtown Roasters, it'll pop up.
I think we should tell her to take that to corporate.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Look. Read what's on the cup.
Yeah, I know. I just told her about
It says Bowtown Roasters.
Roasters.
I feel vindicated. I thought I was crazy.
No.
Okay.
We were about to tell you to pitch that to corporate.
Yeah, I was like, we got to get corporate on this to get Bowtown Roasters in place.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, there's the card.
All right, here's one copy.
Thank you.
And
That's for you.
Bowtown
Thank
Roasters.
you. Yeah, make sure that lid's on. That would be bad. We don't need a McDonald's situation.
that would be so bad.
Thank you. All right.
Hey.
I'll take a receipt with that as well. You keep receipts? Are you a receipt guy?
Yeah.
Do you find that, like, there's no rhyme or reason for when you ask or don't
Have a
want a
great
receipt?
day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I feel like it's so random. Like, you want a receipt, and sometimes I'll just be like, yeah, you know what? I will take a receipt.
Yeah. Well,
It feels like the right thing to do.
I do keep some receipts. I should keep more receipts than I do, and probably my business manager would like it if I just said yes to that question.
Yeah.
But
Because for business reasons,
yes,
it's a write-off.
Yes, I'm not the best about keeping the receipts, but I do try to do it.
We're having a good time with Dusty Slay, and we'll get back to the convo in just a sec. But first, let me tell you what's a bad time. Your personal info floating around the internet freely without your permission. And that's why I use and love Delete Me, a sponsor of today's video. Delete Me will go out and scrub your personal data, like your name, phone number, home address, your family's information, from hundreds of data broker sites that buy and sell it without your permission. They handle all the heavy lifting, and they'll send you a detailed report showing you exactly what they removed and how much time they have saved you. Let me tell you, life is too precious to be spending time scouring the internet for data broker site information. So you're not going to regret taking control of your digital privacy. Head to joindeleteme.com/George and you'll get 20% off their annual plans. Or click the link in the description. Another sponsor of today's episode, Boost Mobile. Listen, if you ever felt like you're paying too much for your phone plan, stop feeling that way. It's time to switch, because Boost offers the same high-quality coverage as the big-name cell phone providers without charging ridiculous prices and locking you into contracts. In fact, Boost's unlimited plan, which includes unlimited data, talk, and text, is $25 a month forever. And best of all, there are no contracts, there's no hidden fees, there's no gotchas, and that means there's no reason not to give it a try. And they have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. Head over to boostmobile.com/Ramsey to make the switch, or click the link in the description. All right, let's get back on the road. Well, let's talk about this, because comedians are notorious, and a lot of artists and people in the entertainment industry, notorious for being bad with money. You know, it's kind of the running joke that, like, comedians are broke. Now, you run in circles with very successful comedians who have made a lot of great money, and hopefully they're not blowing it all. But, like, what was that gap like to go from, I'm a broke comedian, I'm doing side jobs, to, like, okay, now I'm figuring this out. I don't want to ruin this.
Well, this is the thing for me. I feel like I've never, like, had a lot of money, but I've never been broke. Like, even when I wasn't making a lot of money in comedy, I, like, kept my expenses low, right?
You lived on less than you made.
Yeah, like, when I moved to Nashville, I like, before I left Charleston, I saved up money and I bought a car with cash. I bought the Volvo with cash.
Nice.
And I moved to Nashville. My dad used to work for Aflac, and when I was born, they gave me 2 shares of Aflac stock.
Two.
Okay. And then by the time I left, I was, 30, and it had split to a certain amount of shares.
It was now like 45 shares or something.
It was worth $2,000.
Nice.
And I just sold it. I said, if in my life, this first 30 years, it's taken this long to get to 2,000, the next 30, let's say it doubles.
Yep.
I said, I'd like to believe that by the time I'm 60, that amount of money is worth less to me than it would be right now.
Yeah,
that's how I justified selling it. And I sold it, and I used it to buy this car. I had more money to put into it, but I used that money to put that into the car and move to Nashville. And I got an apartment in Nashville for $250 a month. It was an attic apartment, so I had no car payment. My rent was $250. My bills were very low because I was living in a house with 5 other people, so we split all bills 6 ways.
Wow.
And yeah, so I was, like, able to work for very little money.
You didn't need to make a lot off comedy to make a living from it.
Yeah. And then I was single. I had no kids.
Simpler times.
No debt, because I didn't go to college, so I got no student loan debt. All my debts were paid for. When I did eventually sell the car that I was underwater, and I actually, when I sold the car, I had to pay money. I made no money off the car. I sold it and then had to put a little of my own money into the overall loan to pay it off.
Because you were a little bit underwater.
But it was totally worth it.
So now, are you still debt avoidant?
I am. I have a mortgage, but that's it.
Nice.
The moment I bought the Volvo, I started saving up money to buy my next car so I could pay it with cash.
Just sort of start your own little sinking fund there. So
yes.
You can avoid the loan. That's amazing.
And then that's what I've done every time. Whenever I buy a car now, I go ahead and start saving money for the next car.
So how have your money principles changed as you become more successful and, you have the Netflix special, like you get a windfall of money. Like, what do you do with that now?
Well, now I just try to save money. I mean, it's hard to not spend money, but I just try to not buy unnecessary things. Like I bought some land in McMinnville.
You like to have some land.
Yeah.
You have a whole series on your YouTube channel about living off the land.
Yeah. My
it's
dad.
called The Land.
Right.
Great name.
Yes. My dad used to always say, it's a cliched statement, but I heard it a lot as a kid where it's like, you know, you always want to buy land because they're not making any more land.
That's right.
You know? But
So you got land, you got your house, and you recently moved. You were not in a neighborhood, then you were in a neighborhood, now you're not in a neighborhood.
yeah, I was in a neighborhood for 5 years, and then I found a house just down the street with 3 acres.
That was beyond the purview of the HOA.
Yes.
You have beef with the HOA? Did they ever fine you?
They did. Well, they threatened to fine me a couple of times.
Wow.
But I would, I'd always do what they say. And I don't hate the HOA, at least not mine, because they were okay.
All right.
But the longer
They weren't like hall monitor level.
No, but
petty.
the longer I stayed there, the more they started to be like that.
What is the lowest paying gig you've ever done? I mean, obviously there's free. But was there one that you were like, I really probably shouldn't have said yes? Like, this was a regretful decision.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's lots of them, and I feel like the further you go along, the more you have to start doing this. You go, what's the amount of money? Like, now I have an agent and a manager, and they
handle the negotiations.
Yeah, and I'm happy with all of those things. But when I was still doing it myself, I had to reach a point where I go, what's the amount of money that I'll accept that I won't hate that I'm having to leave the house to do? Right? If I go, oh yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, $50. Yeah, that's fine. And then when it comes time to do the show, I go, I wish I didn't.
Seething with
do.
resentment.
Yes. So you have to start setting an amount.
Then on the other side, a lot of comedians, they make their actual living off of like corporate gigs that can be soul sucking. What has your experience been with that?
Well, yeah. I think it's good to have a balance. I told my agent, I'll take all the corporate gigs you got because they are good money.
And you win them over. Because these people are forced to be there, these employees usually.
Sometimes.
They're like, I don't want to sit in front of see this guy. Who's this guy? But now is it more, are they excited to see you?
Sometimes it's like, that's the thing about comedy. That's the nice thing about comedy is you can be like a famous comedian and then people who aren't that into comedy still have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
Like when
I'm sure Nate still runs into that.
Oh yeah.
He's a legend in the comedy world, but outside of that, you go, who?
Right. I mean, when I first signed with my manager, she was managing Sebastian Maniscalco, Bert Kreischer, and I remember telling my mom, I go, yeah, the manager I got, she also manages Sebastian. And my mom's like, who? You're like,
it's Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah, he's like, he sold out Madison Square Garden like 6 shows in a row.
Yeah. Do you guys talk about money in the comedy world? Like, is that a thing that is a point of conversation?
Well, yeah, I mean, because there is, money to be made in comedy. It's like, you see a lot of open micers, on the internet going, oh, I'm a comic, so I'm broke.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you are broke for a long time in comedy until you reach a certain level. And then you're like, oh, wow, there's money to be made here.
Yeah, what was that point for you? Was there a moment that you were like, oh, things are different now? Like, I have officially made it. Because it feels like death by 1,000 cuts. Like, you do a late night show, it's not like the next day people are knocking down your door.
Right. Well, it is little by little. And, I noticed money going up, all along the way. But yeah, once I did a couple of late nights, I did Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal, I got, management, agents, and that's where it's like,
it gets real.
Okay, you guys know how to go out and
once
get
you sign
money.
that contract with the management, you went, it's a different ballgame now.
Yes. I remember I got a Sheetz corporate gig for the gas station Sheetz, and it was a week-long event. I would do 3 shows, but I could hang out at the resort all week. And it was, big money, but it's still a big money gig. But at the time, it was like life-changing. I was like, okay, now we're talking. Now things are turning around here. But immediately when I did JFL, I talked to ABC about writing a sitcom. The sitcom never happened, but we wrote a script, and I got a holding deal. So,
nice. So you still got
made some money. I had a animated show that I was working on for Hulu. That show never got made, but I got
paid.
Some money. So, there is money to be made. And, people get tired of hearing about comics talk about being clean. You know, especially if you're like a dirty comic, you like almost
hate that.
you almost like mock clean comics. But
Yeah.
so many gigs I've gotten are because I can be clean.
You don't have to like censor and edit it. It's just, this is who I am. I don't need to.
Yeah.
I can do it tomorrow.
I mean, depending on the gig, you know, I may not do my weed jokes, or there's a couple of jokes that
It's
I
a bar
don't.
mitzvah. Let's cut the drug references.
Yeah. But, you know, for the most part, it's like, yeah, I can just do my show.
We'll get back to Dusty in just a sec, but one more thing I almost forgot to tell you about, my pants, okay? These men's bamboo joggers from Cozy Earth, chef's kiss. And they're a sponsor of today's video. When I get home after a long, exhausting day of churning out content to feed the beast and satisfy your hungry minds, I am ready to just relax. Now, unfortunately, I have 2 kids under 3 and a crippled dog and another dog, so it's not really possible. But wearing these joggers, it's as close as I can get, okay? And if you want to check them out for yourself, nobody's stopping you, okay? They got even more where that came from. The bedding, the sleep sets, the men's everywhere pants, the socks, really just about anything they make. And you can get 20% off by going to cozyearth.com/George and use promo code George, or click the link in the description. So, do you remember the point where you became like a millionaire on paper? Because, you know, we talk about net worth. It's not like you have $1 million sitting in a cash account, but was there a point where you said, oh, my real estate, the land, plus my home, plus my savings and investments and my cars, like, wow, like, did you ever add it up on paper?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Or your business manager just reports like, hey, just to hear, FYI, here's your net worth statement.
yeah, I think, you know, it's like, it's even makes me uncomfortable even to say, but it's like, yeah, when you, you know, you have a house.
Even just appreciation in the Nashville area in the last 5 years.
I mean, well, that's the thing. We bought a house in 2019, and then the value went up to 40%, up 40% right away.
That's about the best investment you could have made.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
mean, it's a pretty amazing feeling. I don't think that...
You didn't wake up different the next day.
No, I mean, because I still live a very kind of broke mentality, like it's all going to go away at any point in time. And I think it's important to live like that because, you know, you see athletes, it happens to them where they get money. Like if I had gotten money that I have right now when I was in my early 20s, I would have been a total wreck.
Yeah. You couldn't have handled it.
I needed to go through a whole maturity phase.
Yeah.
Like the Bible, I needed to spend my time in the desert before I could go into the promised land because I would have been a wreck. I would have wasted all my money, and that's what you see happen to athletes. It's not, they just think the money will always be there.
Yeah.
And I know that it could all go away. Something could happen, you could lose your gigs, or maybe everybody suddenly is broke and they can't even come to shows.
Yeah, I feel like a big recession and just entertainment is a luxury.
Yeah. So I try to live in a way that's like,
wisdom.
How do I make sure that, you know, I'm not, you know, or my kids even are not in some suffering place, but also just back to at the beginning. I mean, growing up with my mom, it was me and my mom and my 2 sisters in a trailer. We had a blast.
Yeah.
So just
you
because,
lacked for nothing. Just because it was a trailer park, you didn't have, you know, millions of dollars.
Yeah,
You still had a great
I
life.
played in the woods. I played in the creek. I didn't have a smartphone. I didn't have an iPad. I just played in the creek. I looked at bugs and crawfish. And
Are you trying to raise your kids like that now?
Yeah,
To where they're
I mean-
not like wanting more stuff?
Yeah, we don't. Well, I think I've missed that boat already.
too late.
Just stuff. But I do get them outside. At McMinnville, we have a creek. It's very important for me to get them outside and show them bugs, and we do that kind of thing.
Bugs are I think people underestimate the importance of bugs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about bugs and animals and
Bird watching? That's something
Bird watching.
bird looking, I guess you
Yes,
call it.
yes. Just looking at them.
Is watching feel too intense for you?
Well, you know, as I say in the joke, I mean, there is a difference. I mean, it's like, hey, you looking at that girl over there? Nah, I'm watching her.
Yeah, the creepy factor goes way
Yeah.
up. Oh, well, I love that. This reminded me of the verse from Proverbs. Proverbs 13:11, wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. And that's your story. If you had a bunch of money early on that you just fell into, you would have squandered it. It would have been gone. Like a
Yes.
young athlete. But now, you've gained it little by little, you're keeping it because you worked really hard for it.
Yeah, and it's it's a real blessing. I mean, I don't take it for granted. I pray all the time and give thanks for the things that I have, because it's amazing. I mean, I remember, like I say, I don't feel like I've ever been broke, even though there have been times where I got a little worried about this or that, because I'm like, I don't really have any money. If this car breaks down, I'm going to be in a real situation. But I've always been fine, and there's not people bailing me out. I've just always been fine. But
You're pretty self-reliant.
Yes.
What is something you splurged on recently that like younger Dusty would be shocked by?
Well, I buy too many DVDs. I'm really into collecting.
You're collecting DVDs. Are you watching them, or do you just like to collect them?
I don't know. I do a little of both, but I mainly collect them.
Mostly looking.
This is what I think. I think that streaming services everything's going to streaming services, and then nobody will have any physical media. And then one day you'll go, "Oh, what was that movie?" And then
nobody can find it.
And then you can't find it, and I want to be able to find it.
Wow. So this is a future casting for like an apocalyptic world where how are we going to watch Shazam?
Exactly. So every time I think of a movie or I think of something, I go, "Oh, they'll probably ban this movie." I'll go and buy it.
You think it's a bannable, it's like books, like we got to get this book before they burn them all.
Yeah. I try to do that too. But, and then sometimes like camera equipment, I'll splurge a bit on camera equipment, trying to do podcast and
increase the quality.
Yeah.
Get more viewers and subscribers. Yeah. We're all hustling out here trying to get those viewers and subscribers.
Yeah, but it's also a business expense, right? Because you're, I have my podcast monetized. I do different videos. My social media is monetized. So it does come back to me.
Yeah. There's a boomerang effect there.
Yeah.
Well, as we wrap, do you have any financial advice for all the people watching?
Well, I would say, just stay out of debt. If you listen to any Dave Ramsey things, which I have in the past, it is all about staying out of debt. Debt scares me so much because interest is insane.
Well, here's the deal. If you ask my viewers for a like and subscribe, you can promote whatever you want. So just do your best plea to get them to hit the like button on this video and share it so that this video can go bananas.
Oh, yeah. Well, like this video and subscribe to this channel because, this is a good video. This has been a good quality podcast that we put together. We rode around in a Tesla. We went to Bojangles. We even taught the people of Bojangles that it is called Bowtown Roasters. They go, "Sir, we don't know what you're talking about." And then they hand us a cup with it on there.
With the biggest font possible.
The lady just brewed a fresh pot, she said.
I appreciate it. And can I say, I'm going to rate this a 2 out of 10.
It's not the worst coffee I've ever had. I'll say that. That's for sure.
It's okay. But for a fresh pot, I thought it would be better.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect much out of it, but
same.
It was pretty good for me.
It was coffee.
But yeah, so like it, because if you like this, there's probably other podcasts on this channel that you're also going to like.
That's true. I rode around with Dr. John Deloney. We did this. We had a great time. My bumper fell off.
Oh.
It was a big moment.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I want to mention your latest special, Wet Heat, on Netflix. Fantastic. You've got your own YouTube channel. It's very successful. You have Nateland podcast.
Yeah. I got my own podcast called the We're Having a Good Time podcast.
Which is also fantastic. It feels like a diary. You're very vulnerable on there.
Yeah.
Telling us about your digestive issues.
Yeah.
I love it.
My wife listens to it sometimes and she goes, "I don't know that people want to hear all this stuff." And I don't know that they do either, but I don't know what else to talk about.
Well, at this point, it's an outlet so that she doesn't have to hear about it.
Exactly. And I got,
she should be thankful.
I'm on all the social medias at Dusty Slay. Wet Heat. I feel like Wet Heat has gotten a little lost because I have a special on there called Working Man.
Yep, that's also fantastic.
And they're both on Netflix right now. And I feel like Wet Heat kind of got buried, even though I think Wet Heat is better.
Yeah.
I think it's a better special.
The way you tied it all together at the end, it was masterful.
Yeah, thank you.
And so everyone should go check that out. If you don't have Netflix, I'm sorry. But he has a lot of great content on YouTube. So check that all out and see him in person as well.
Yeah, Zanies every month.
I always try to make it if I can. So Dusty, thank you so much. Did we have a good time?
We had a good time. We're having a good time.
We're always having a good time. We had it. It's present tense and past tense.
Yeah.
Huge thanks to Dusty for joining me today. If you want to check out his work, go to Netflix, check out Wet Heat, or go to his website and find him live and in person on tour in your area. And if you love this episode, be sure to watch this one coming up next with my friend Dr. John Deloney, where it became painfully clear I needed a new car. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.